here, and we have a pleasure to have the dear guests with us. Dear Ambassador Aleksandra Дрекслер, dear Mrs. Olga Boronakova, head of Youth and Education Department of the EU delegation, dear State Secretary of the Ministry of Demography, Youth and Social Affairs, Mr. Fatmir Sabriu, dear colleagues from GIZ, dear friends. It's really, again, I feel first of all really a pleasure that I'm here on behalf of RICO and Vladimir Georgescu, head of the local branch office of RICO in North Macedonia. And as you know, we have been following this exchange, working since the first cycle. This is the second cycle, third cycle, the second project that you are implementing, and I'm happy that we have a direct coordination with Jelyanka, which we call super teacher, and that we received great words from the Serbian colleagues from RICO and GIZ, how you managed to implement this partnership, how great friendship was born from the first cycle. This was developed in the second cycle. I know how much support you got from the school and all these initiatives. I'm happy, especially that today I learned that this school started to implement new projects, new Erasmus projects, but also new partnerships with the municipality, with other partners, which is great. That's why we are having this super school exchange in order to build the partnership and regional cooperation. On behalf of RICO, I would say that we are here for this, to support the young people, to support the regional cooperation, because these friendships that you are building are showing that actually the Western Balkans are creating amazing opportunities and are cooperating between each other, especially the topics that you are dealing with. Intercultural cooperation and reconciliations are the most important topics for us, that we try to unite the Western Balkans and build the way to the European Union. I know many times in these difficult times that we are living in, and I know sometimes I can feel your maybe in a moment the motivation of how long it takes to go to the European Union, and how faster for you here, especially I am talking especially to the Macedonian students, to go to Bulgaria and be part of the European Union, something that we are still waiting for to open the doors. However, these messages of cooperation are building the way towards the European Union, and please continue cooperating. We are here to support you in the future, and we are really looking forward to see the fruits on a long term, on many years for cooperation. Without further ado, now I would call the other speaker to address you, and then later on we will have also discussion with the Fatmir Sabriu, if you would like to be next to address it.
Thank you, Vladimir. Your Excellency, Ms. Drexel, dear Ms. Olga, dear youth, professors, director, it's an honor to be here today with you to talk about something that could change your lives, about youth exchange programs. Imagine stepping off a plane or bus or vessel into a new country, hearing a different language, tasting new foods, and meeting people from a culture that is completely different from yours. That is what youth exchange programs are all about. New experiences, new friendship, and new way of seeing the world. But these programs are more than just exciting adventures. They're about learning, growing, and discovering who you are. participate in an exchange, you get to live in someone else's world for a while. You see how they think, what they believe, and how they live. You start to realize that while we may all look, speak, and think differently, we are not so different after all. Being part of a youth exchange teaches you think you can learn in a classroom. You learn how to step out of your comfort zone, adapt to new situations, and communicate with people even when you don't speak the same language fluently. These experiences build confidence and skills that will help you for the rest of your life, whether it's applying to college, starting a career, or even traveling the world on your own. Youth exchange programs also help you see the world differently. You start to think globally and understand how connected we all are. You realize that issues like climate change, poverty, or inequality aren't just someone else's problems. They affect everyone. And when young people like you come together, you have the power to come up with new ideas and solutions that can make a real difference. Most importantly, youth exchange teach us about respect and understanding. About respect and understanding. They break down stereotypes and teach us to appreciate people for who they are, not where they come from. They show us that the world is full of possibilities, and they give us hope for a better future. To each of you sitting here today, I want you to remember this. Be open, be curious, and let the experience shape you into the best version of yourself. You are the generation that will lead the world tomorrow. And the more you understand about the world today, the better leaders you will become. So, dream big. Dream big. Explore the world and never stop learning. Thank you.
Thanks a lot. Here at Hartman, who is always supporter of the young people and always motivating. Now I would like to give the word to our guest here, Ambassador, also great supporter of young people, especially of writer, I would say.
Thank you very much. Your director, state secretary, representatives from the European Union delegation, from RICO, your participants in this exchange. I think State Secretary very well explained what school exchanges are about and what opportunities are connected with it. So I don't have to anything to add on that. I would like to repeat one thing you said, which was it means stepping out of your comfort zone to engage in such an exchange. And I'm not so sure if you are in your comfort zones right now. I guess no, because it's still quite an artificial circle that we engage in. So I will start by explaining a little bit who I am and what I do. I come here as an ambassador, and I don't know if you have an idea about what ambassadors do, how many ambassadors you have met before. If I'm lucky and I'm the first one, I can give you the first impression, and you won't have much to criticize because you haven't had other experiences yet. So we are stepping out of our comfort zones quite a lot. I did that for the first time when I was about your age. We had a school exchange with a school in France, and girl stayed at my parents' place with me, and I was quite nervous about that because it meant I had to explain everything. I had to make sure that she feels happy and she likes the things that I criticized before. So out of a sudden, I had to explain the behavior of my mother, how our house looked like, which I was things I could be critical about. I had to defend them and to make sure that our visitor likes that. So I started explaining my culture to some extent. So probably, if I think back when I started being an ambassador, that was the first time, because this is what we do. We explain our countries, and we try to explain the countries that host us, or host countries, by code. So and teacher for people who don't have that chance to engage to better understand what happens elsewhere and people care about. And then there are a lot of things that we care about, and this is a chance to engage together, to exchange ideas and maybe also criticism that you may have. It doesn't necessarily lead anywhere directly. You don't need to present concrete results just from engaging with others about specific problem or challenge. If you're lucky, then you will find common results, but if not, it will still be worth the exercise. So for us, this is today one little example of what an embassy does. We, as Germany, support RICO because of the engagement with young people. We have in Germany a lot of youth offices with neighboring countries. We do have a youth office that deals with exchange between Germany and France, and we have youth office with Poland. Everyone who is a European citizen has a chance to feel at the same time German, Portuguese, Spanish, French, and European. And for that, you need to explain what that means and what it is to be German. And sometimes you only start thinking about that when you have to explain it, not before. I'm not sure if you make the same experience now as well. Our support for RICO here in the Western Balkans comes from our conviction that this region belongs into the European Union, and to some extent it is already European. Otherwise, I wouldn't be here and talk about such an exchange, talk about Erasmus exchanges, and many other things that we share. When we go back, we will deal with a range of other issues in Skopje. Of course, we have a lot of meetings also with government representatives. We have other topics that are important for us. We always work with partners. So RICO is one of these partners, PSET is one of these partners who help us to implement these common objectives that we have with North Macedonia as our host country. And as an embassy, we are a little bit of a platform and coordinator to make sure that all of that comes together in some way, and we know of each other, and make the best out of that. If you find any of what I said interesting, then I'm more than happy to answer your questions. And if not, it will be up to RICO to find a way how to continue with that will make it more easy.
Thank you so much, dear Ambassador, for your very detailed introduction of the work, but from the other context, something that we don't see very often. And again, thanks for the support to us and support the young people, which is most important, but also the other dear supporter is the European Union, and here we have Olga to talk on behalf of European Union delegation. Please feel free.
Thank you, Vadim. Dear Secretary of State, Mr. Sabriu, Dear Excellency, Ms. Дрекслер, dear GIZ and DRICO representatives of the municipality of Delchevo, dear super teachers and super students. I'm very happy to be here with you today and to represent the delegation to North Macedonia. In the delegation, I deal on a daily basis with support to education and youth, and I usually do it from my office in Skopje. So today is great to be out and go to the field, to visit schools, to visit your school, to meet teachers and students, especially that I'm a former teacher myself. Today's event marks a series of school exchanges, and this one is between secondary school from Delchevo and secondary vocational school from Pirot in Serbia. This exchange happens thanks to the Super School program. In this third cycle, if I understood correctly, 90 schools from Western Balkans were selected, 15 in North Macedonia. So you can imagine the amount of young people who have a chance to meet their peers from the neighboring countries. The Super School program is a great platform for you, students from the region, to have your voice heard about your needs, your difficulties, your vision, your aspirations, so that you are able to take decisions on your future, helping in shaping your communities and our societies for the better. You must be part of the debate for development and even take the lead on the issues which are close to you, such as education, skills, lifelong learning, job opportunities in the future, mobility, a greener, more sustainable and inclusive society, a more digital future. But also, you should take this opportunity to see how you will take part in the decision making at your school, at the municipal level, and maybe in the future at the national level. Young people are the national wealth of the country. So it may sound a bit typical what I say, but that's true, that actually whatever the European Union does in the Balkan countries, these support programs or promotion of reforms, it is essentially meant to improve the livelihoods and perspectives of the young people in the region. Back to the Super School program. It's great that it complements the EU emblematic Erasmus Plus program. We have already mentioned it. Erasmus Plus, since 36 years, has helped 50 million young people. So in addition to gaining knowledge, also to enrich their personality, strengthen their European identity, and realize that diversity is an asset. I'm among those 50 million people too. 25 years ago I took part and also organized youth exchanges, even before the countries, I come from Estonia, joined the European Union. It was a remarkable occasion to meet peers from other European countries. In my case, they were from France and Romania. We also organized homestays, and it was great to learn about their cultures and identities, and improve my language skills. I cherish these memories very much, and these exchanges greatly influenced my personal and professional development. Back then I made friends who are my friends until now, and today I cannot imagine my life, my daily work, without discovering multiple languages and cultures, without diversity. And I hope that you will learn from these exchanges as much as I did, and even more, that you will make new friends and gain new fantastic experiences. I would like to thank all the parties who are present today, the authorities of North Macedonia, the Federal Republic of Germany, GIZ and TRICO, obviously all the schools that take part in this program. I wish you lots of success. May the Super School program bring us more engaged, more motivated youth, great future professionals, and a beautiful region that is moving closer and faster to the European Union. Thank you. Благодарам ви много. Ви посакувам радост и успех.
Thank you, dear Olga, also for your insight, and I'm especially positively surprised that you were also part of this process before, so you know how valuable it is for development of personal and also professional careers of the young people. So I'm especially proud, again I will say, of this school, that these young people are taking this serious, this exchange, and that's why they were awarded in the previous project as the best exchange that happened before. So we see this continue, but this couldn't happen if the school and the school director was not engaged all the time, supportive, and here it's really say personal thanks to the school principal, Mrs. Diana, who was all the time with the coordinator, all the time active, supportive in the whole process of the project, but also the municipality that was involved in the first and the second cycle as supporting the process, and being here with us is another proof that this partnership will continue, and I'm really looking forward to see the fruits of the municipal cooperation between the two cities, which is another level. Now I would like to open the floor to the ones who didn't say something, the other representatives who are here with us. Please feel free. If you also would like to say on your own language, you can feel free to do it, and we will translate. I know sometimes English might be challenging for discussion. If you have any questions or any thoughts that you would like to say, now is the floor. Че сега е време слободно да прашувате, да кажете мислење, може и на својот јазик, ако го преведам, слободно. Можете и на свој јазик ако ви е по-полносно. Yes, feel free. Use this opportunity that you have.
Maybe I can start. Hello everyone. Hello all. Welcome first. My name is Andrei Giliuski. I'm a former student here from the school. Right now I'm studying finances, and I'm a student from the first cycle, and I'm really proud to be invited here. Well, if I talk about my experiences during the Super Schools exchange, it would be a lot, so maybe I can tell it in like short terms. Well, first of all, it was like, I don't know, life-changing, because it opened many doors for me as a student, as a kid then, because I don't know, it was really amazing experience. I learned a lot of new things about the culture of Serbia, the city of Pirot, and I was really happy to meet all of them, because later on I was invited to a summer camp in Struga, and then I met a lot of new people from other countries, from all the Western Balkans, and it was a really fun experience, and I would tell everyone to go to such exchanges and events to meet new people. And I can tell you a story about when the kids from Pirot came here, the group. It was really a funny story, because when they came here, we broke the ice between us in maybe 15 minutes with the help of our teachers, and the presentation they gave us, we were feeling like we're at home with them they were so happy to see us. We welcomed them, and the whole exchange was really super good. Yeah, that's about it from my experiences. Yeah, they can continue with the second side. Thank you.
So greetings to everyone. We're here, as you may know, alumni from the second cycle. My name is Natalia, Eva, and Luca. We'll tell you a little about our experience. First, I want to say that we took part in a lot of activities, such as peace building, peacemaking. We learned a lot about culture. We learned so much, and it is helping us. We learned about solving problems, about conflicts, and in today in our personal and professional lives, it helps us managing conflicts, and that's it.
In addition to what Natalia said, I would also like to point out that not only the skills that we learned, but also the friendships that we made during the exchanges are something that we are probably going to value till the rest of our lives. Like Mrs. Olga said, we are still friends with them. With the students we met 2 years ago, we still communicate with them. We call each other, and when we get the chance to go to that city, we will also go again. But those friendships and those skills are something not meant to be short term, but something that we are going to pass on to many generations. And I hope that this Super Schools program will continue on for generations after us, and maybe one day we can come again here in our school and be as facilitators or present leaders again.
To listen to everything that Natalia, Compare, and Luca said, personally for me, this experience was very life-changing, as Andrei said. It made me become a much bigger person than I was before this project. Throughout, we learned a lot of things which will help us throughout our lives, not just like academic skills, some social skills or different things. The most important thing for me is the friendships that we built. I can encourage everyone who is considering participating in this kind of projects, because no one actually knows what it gains us, what we gain from it after we participate in it. And it's very different for those who just hear about the project or read or something about such things. And it's very different to those who are actually actively participating in them. I can say very big thanks for everyone who made the project happen, because without a green light for making the project, we wouldn't have the special moments and special memories that we have today. All I can say is that maybe the most important thing from this are the memories that we gained and that you will gain. We know that the future will open different paths, and maybe one day the future will open you a path back into Europe, in Serbia, and it will be a great reflection of everything that you will experience there and all of the kids that you met there. All I can say is for the participants of this year, cherish the moments that you will gain from this exchange, and for other kids that are considering participating in the project, just
like this. To take the leap of faith, because these projects change us, they broaden our horizons, they make us more compassionate, and they just have a big value on us and the future that is in front of us. So that's all I have to say. Thank you everyone.
Thanks
If
a
you
lot.
have any questions,
Feel free to ask questions. Or we can hear now the perspective of the teachers. How was this process for you? For planning, implementing projects, activities.
Well, just a few words. As a summarizing of this, maybe it looks like an artificial suggestion, but I promise it's not. Once again, I asked for the agenda of your visit, or your excellencies and dear guests from the ministries, representatives from GIZ. I asked them and I accepted with one word, yes, we are here. And Andre especially is a student in another country, and he was here. He said, yes, teacher, I'm coming. He's from the Root project, and we don't change the name of our project. It's only building like a spring tree or tree blooming. It's becoming bigger and deeper, and our cooperation becomes deeper between the two towns. And Luca, Natalia, and Eva are from the second cycle, and they gain those presentation, communicating skills, and they feel free because they're currently peer trainers to the new students. And this is our third working day, official third working day, so we are on a good way to make, as I said, good memories and do a lot of learning about the right topic. As a coordinator and our partner coordinators, we prefer to work mostly with the right teams. This is the safest team we build our project with as a root cause. But I must tell you how the whole idea happened in the very beginning. I asked a group of potential participants in the project to make groups with other students at an informal class that we had, informal meeting, to screen their ideas. I mean, to identify the needs of the young people. Although I'm a teacher, the generation gap can be very big, and we don't hang out in the same places. We don't know a lot of their lives, what's going on. So I asked them, okay, feel free to talk to your colleagues, to your peers, and let's say, what do you need as a young person? And the first group, and maybe the only group at that time, said, okay, teacher. That was really a weird sentence and very emotional. Our idea is, why me cannot be I? Why I cannot be me? And I asked, how do you mean? So why do I have to pretend to be someone I'm not? So we started a deep conversation about it. I mean, I asked another question. The students at that time did not have any social problems, economic problems, family problems. At the surface, everything was okay, but deep inside, we saw something else. They felt the pressure of the environment, the learning environment, of the society, of the media, and everything. As young people, they needed more space to be them, to be the real them, and to be accepted. So this is how the big idea started. We started negotiation with our coordinators. What do you think about this? So they accepted the idea, and we worked on that. Mainly, the idea was it came from the young people. And now, I don't know if they need my permission. Do you need my permission to ask questions or say something? How do you feel now? It's your third day. We don't have a scenario. Or maybe our partner coordinator, any questions or comments additional?
I don't have questions, I only have feelings. I'm very happy that we are Trndavi, Delčevo. I feel Želanka like family, Zoran Vikovsky. We are 3 years talking and getting out. So I feel like at home when I'm in Derčevo, and I'm very happy that I'm part of this project because I see young people becoming. What's interesting to me is not what they learn. They learn many fantastic things. I'm interested in what they become during this. My English is broken. I'm not English teacher. When I see what they become more friendly, more creative. I become better friend. They become. It's changing us and me also. They become better people, better children, better society members. They learn new skills. They become more communicative. Help me. Communicative. So that's the main thing. What they become, not just what they do. They do fantastic things.
I guess we are allowed to ask questions too, right? Because I have a problem now. I came here, it took us more than 2 hours, and I knew in advance that this is a great program. So as much as I share and appreciate that positive experience that you made, that's not a surprise for me. And I'm quite honest, if I was in the shoes of any of you now, no, you have been participating before, I would be a bit scared because what we're saying is that everybody needs to become even better and better and better, but there's a limit to how much better you can become, and maybe you're all right already. So now I will go back and I will know nothing about Pirot. I have no chance to visit Pirot. So maybe at least somebody can help me a little bit. What is special about Pirot? What should I know about your city? Who is from Pirot? What do you want people in Germany to know about Pirot?
We have quite big tradition. Our people share a lot of things, like we are very positive, and some of them. Наша култура е baš pozitivna i mnogo različitih škola. Također naša djela su baš ukusna. Čili mi poznati naši, jeste vi donijeti na naša djela?
Und für die besonderen Gerichte, wenn wir Vegetarier sind, können wir überleben?
Ако сме, кога зборувате за јадењата, ако сме вегетаријанци, можеме да преживееме, ќе има нешто да јадеме?
Very positive culture, so that explains that everybody is so positive also about the exchange. So Delci was also very positive. What do you want people to know about Delci? I got some impression already, but
Delci is a little city, but in here we're friendly. Delci have many places to go. It's beautiful.
oh yes, I can see that.
Can I ask a question? After these 3 days, today is the third day, what has been the most exciting for you?
first year today?
How the religions are how they tell us about their religion, about how they appreciated every religion, and I am impressed that he read the Bible and know very much about the Bible, about our many religions, and I think he is a very good person that impressed me.
It was part of the dialogue in action. So of the two biggest religions, so first we visited the church, and first time visit for almost everyone, the town's mosque, Sultan Mehmed II.
So also those who are from Dutchland, and some of you saw the mosque for the first time from inside?
Yes.
So what is on the agenda for today? What is the plan of the visit today? What are you planning to do?
Now we're gonna have a little energizer for everyone.
No, I meant not here. Okay, you can continue, but I meant for the exchange. What is on your... Oh, this is also part, yes.
We have a little bit more time if you want to discuss, to ask questions also to the guests. Feel free, because also the guests are here for you to answer your question. If you have this, and if you want, I also have questions. I think would be interesting to tell us how it's the homestays, because this year we start with the homestays. You are staying with families. How is for you this experience? What you find interesting, challenging maybe? What did you learn?
We were very happy to do gostimo naše goste.
Very happy to host our guests in Pirot. And you're from Pirot, right?
No, here. We were very happy, and my family too, that we can, they can too met a new friend for me, and they were surprised how no, they were happy to show, yes, they were happy to show our culture, our traditional food, and
Како сте задоволни кад су од оних кои се уве пречекали? Сада сте по куќима сместени, тоа е питало. Ево, може да не кажеш?
Како смо куќите?
Како сте примljeni, да, како сте задоволни?
Ние смо супер. Према нама су исто супер. Храна е феноменална, така да е све одлично.
Дали можем уште нешто да кажем? In the second циклус, the students were in visit one village, Stamer. From some researchers in this village, we have prehistorical museum. That researchers shows that on territory of Delčevo in Stamer was mammoths, giraffes long years ago. So students who were on second cyclus were most impressed from this museum because there were bones from mammoths, giraffes, or etc.
I must ask something because I'm maybe the only representative of state here. We need young people, especially in this time. The state needs you, and I'm really impressed and fascinated by your speech and also by alumni members of this project. We want to support project that has this aim and also one has this goal. We need you, and we support you to do your best tomorrow or maybe from today to be part of our institution. Really, institution needs young people who wants to make a change, and we want to keep you here in our state. That's why we are starting this year with National Council for Youth, the public debate with all youth of our country, and we will share ideas and also activities what we can do together. You need to push all politicians and also all public servants to open their doors for you, because state needs you, and not only the future but also the present is yours.
Thank you, Gerfatme, for expressing this, and I'm sure many of you don't know the fact that RICO is built on with we have governing board, but also youth representatives are involved there, and youth representatives are deciding in the same way, same level as the institutional representatives, which means we give space to the young people to be part of institution, which is intergovernmental institution, and especially for topics that are for youth. So you have space. This is also in general encouragement to through this project to seek for other opportunities, like it was mentioned. It's not just Erasmus, but there are also local opportunities, national opportunities where you can be active and contribute with your experience, with your knowledge, and support the development, the opportunities of the young people. Please ask questions. This is what I would like to encourage
Can
here.
I use my right as a young person to ask a question? I still consider myself young, by some standards. I have a question for the ambassador. In your opening speech, you mentioned about having similar home stays experience in your life with a French student. So how was that for you? Like, was it challenging to accept a foreign student in your home, opening your private bubble of everyday life to some person that you have never met before? Was it challenging? How was it beneficial? Because, for example, for me as a social person, I'm really valuing the personal stories of people, no matter if you're coming from a position as an ambassador or you're coming from a position of a principal of a school, because at the end of the day, we're all the same people, equal. So how was that experience for you?
Well, as I tried to express in the beginning, it was, for me, the challenge was also to accept my home, because it was at an age when I didn't like everything that my parents did, and I didn't think that we were special in a way. And out of a sudden, I had to make it more attractive, because I felt like I want that this person speaks nicely about the stay at my place and about us. So I wanted her to like us as a family. Yeah, of course it's challenging. I mean, it's, I don't know, opening your bubble and your privacy, give it up, and somebody is with you 24/7. That's it's not always a positive experience, and I wouldn't share that in a group now with everybody involved who is doing the same thing at this moment of time. But I imagine that you don't like it any minute of the exchange. And I found it interesting what you said about the mosque, and that it was for many also the first time to find out that there's this exemplary dialogue and living together between representatives of different religions, and you probably didn't think before that it was special. So it was for me. I found out things that I hadn't known before, that they were special. We went to the woods. I come from a village surrounded by forest, and we were collecting mushrooms. That's something that the people in the village, we do it every summer. I had no idea that this is something special and that others don't do that. I know today because when I live abroad, it's hard to find others or to know about what mushrooms are growing in the place, and so I have lost this special knowledge that I have back home. So it basically made me understand home much better. And that also because I had to explain things, like I asked you now about what is special in Pirot. That it was for me.
And I also do have a question for the ambassador. Is there a policy for young people in Germany? How does Germany keep its youth within its borders?
The policy for young people. Well, if you find out if there's a policy on something, how do you find out? You will first find out if there's somebody in the government responsible for that. Yes, there is. I think now my colleague has to help me, and it's the Ministry for Family, Youth, what else? Social. So it's a little bit similar to the competences that are with the Ministry of Social. What is the full title? Social policy, demography, and youth. Yeah.
It's very complicated.
Yeah, it's very complicated, and you see, I mean, I'm a representative of the government, and I find it difficult to say the title of the ministry in full. So it's normal that you can't always repeat that. So basically, that would be the place where such a policy is developed. I don't think that there's one policy on youth, because it's a cross-cutting issue, which is part of a lot of other strategies that you have. So whatever you do in the field of education, of course, concerns young people. If you do, like we have big programs to support democratic development and engagement, that is something that is addressed to young people. So I don't think that you can build that into one specific policy, but there probably even is kind of a report that we do on an annual basis that is then presented to our parliament, which brings all these elements together, and that can be done.
Thank you.
I have a question for the student on a totally different topic. What is the difference between the nightlife here and in Pirot? Obviously, you are all engaged in this as well.
So here it's more like you stay in a cafe for the whole night and you go home. But in Pirot is like you stay in a cafe for a while and then you go out for a walk and you go home. So,
so you miss the walk, yes?
Yes.
Until you turn 18.
In Pirot and in Delchevo, are you aware of youth councils in your municipalities? Are there youth centers in your municipalities where you can go and ask for help, for support, for advice? Are there such places? Do you need them? Do you use them?
Yes, there is in our municipality, and a lot of young people go to the school, and then some who are off to college go there, and during the meetings of the council, they kind of make the
last year they have an Instagram profile. That's how we follow them. And last year they made quite a lot of activities from outside cinema to concerts to winter bazaars. So, and they also this year they participated in the making of the budget of the municipality. So they gave their ideas how the budget should be spent. Part for the young. So I think the youth council started being active a couple of years ago.
Yes, that's part of the law of youth participation, and every municipality needs to have its own youth council. And youth council is like policy body, making policy for youth in every municipality, but there also is an option in every municipality to be a youth office or youth center where youth people can do projects. So it's like separated. We have two options in our law: youth centers for projects and youth council to develop policies and also to help municipalities on budgeting resources for youth projects.
Yes, that was the case. Last year, the municipality of Delčevo gave them some space where they can do their activities. Exactly what you told.
I'm trying to do my job well. So I was at the youth council in Kavadaci. Was it last year? Yes. When they had just re-elected the new council. And I was very impressed because everyone was young students, most of them in their first year of university, and they had such big plans. I think we have to go back and find out what happened if they couldn't implement them, because sometimes it's quite a lot what is on your shoulders, what you have to deal with.
What about Pirot? The youth centers, youth council in Pirot.
Oops, sorry.
But imam no good at it. Because that's where you sit and
Yeah, I could ask a question. I'm officially not young anymore, but I hope that's still okay.
It's a state of mind.
Yeah. Just introducing myself. Yasun Kevin, Navotam Bugaranska Ambassadorkata. I just came 6 months ago, so unfortunately that's all Macedonian I can speak now.
But you promised
I
that
promise
every month you will learn.
It's a problem because I see your colleague like once a month. And at the beginning I said something like I want to speak more Macedonian every time, and now I have to stick to the promise. Exactly. Yeah. No, but my question was because I'm happy to have learned and heard so much about your hometowns as well. Have any of you been to Germany before? You can just raise your hand if you've been. Yeah. And for the others maybe as well, what comes to your mind when you hear Germany? Any just words you can say?
Clean.
Clean. That's good.
Very strict country.
Strict like rules, you mean?
Yes.
Like strict.
Before I go there, I think the German was boring, and after after that, now I think that it's a very very rich cultural country, very beautiful architecture, and many shops.
So where were you that you can go there as well? Where was that? Which city or which?
Berlin.
In Berlin. And where were you? Where it's so strict, I would go there.
Britain.
Near Baden-Württemberg.
You have been there also. I also promise every time that I learn another Macedonian word. I did well today. PhD faculty.
Ski trails.
That was my question before asking about what are you going to do next, because one bird told me that you're going to visit a mountain nearby.
Here?
He has marked bicycle. So there were, I think, 2 white spots when I saw him for the first time. I guess it's almost fulfilled, and then he will have to...
I think all Macedonia he's traveled with the bike, especially mountains.
Maybe you can tell us what for you is different as people, like foreigners, I would say, living in Macedonia, what for you is different, what for you is interesting?
I can't really tell you what is different for me than for Macedonians, because I'm not a Macedonian. So I won't find out if it's different. But you mean how it's different from Germany?
Yes, from
what
Germany.
Surprises you? Or, well, first of all, I thought that it would be a much sunnier and warmer place than Germany. I was a little bit disappointed because the climate is almost the same. I really enjoy having mountains around me. So if you live in Berlin, with all the nice architecture and all the many activities that you can have to just step out of your door and have the chance to go up on a mountain, you can only dream of that. This is just wonderful. I'm always impressed by the people, because everybody's very friendly, open, and interested in Germany, and wherever you go, you will always find someone to speak a little German with. What I find difficult is that in Skopje, to use a bicycle is not such a good option. Also, public transport. I would prefer to have more options to use public transport. My aim was to travel the whole country by train. I think that will be challenging, but I do my best. I will try. I will go to Kumanovo. I hear that in 4 weeks time it will open with this new trail, so I will try it out.
I have one question also. Like teacher third generation, usually I encourage the young people to demand their rights, to speak loudly, to don't be afraid. If you see conflict, don't turn your back, just say, let it come, we will find a solution. We have strong migration in Macedonia, especially youth, and also in Serbia. The responsibility of the state is to provide equal chance for youth everywhere. Did we have the same chance in the Delchevo youth? Yes or not? No. Our idea, because we didn't have any foreign investment, Delchevo, Bero, Picture, our region, is it possible to have youth like with IDEA, because we have a debate club with other activities, but super school is the super, where we have super IDEA, and maybe connected with the Piro Youth Center to apply maybe or to have meeting with the German chambers or other possible German investment, because we didn't have some foreign investment here, especially in industry, and this is one of the challenges why youth leave. Maybe to encourage young people to have some project ideas, what is their needs, not our needs, not our voice, their voice. And our job is to raise their capacity, to have better, to improve their ideas and to address. Maybe businessmen to come from Pirot also with here, and maybe our businessmen to go into Pirot. But it's very important to respect the knowledge of the youth, to increase their knowledge also, to create a space, environment, they to be stronger and have possibilities to stay. I agree with the ministry, the law of youth participation. But to be realistic, it's not a difference between the law of youth participation or recommendation. We still didn't have everywhere local youth centers. Still, municipality didn't give special money for youth center. Still this law, and after 4 years, is not implemented properly according to the law. Law is the law. Good or bad must be implemented. Thank you.
Well, I'm aware of the migration. I personally, I come from a region in Germany where we have the challenge of migration as well. A lot of my peers left the village. It is close to the border with Czech Republic, and it's some people would call it a remote place. Honestly, I don't think that with a foreign direct investment you are fighting migration. Because when I travel here, I come to places where you do have a lot of foreign investments, and still, the mayors tell you people are leaving, young people are leaving. I think it has to do with the trust into the future of your own society. So, if you believe that this is a place worth living, it's a society that is going to last, where you want to spend your time, where you want then later on your own kids to grow up in, then you may stay. And it's, I mean, migration is not necessarily a bad thing, right? I mean, to spend a couple of years somewhere else,
to get new skills,
to come back at some point in your life, it's also good. Then sometimes, as I say, you start appreciating the things you have back at home more when you've left, because you will have. There's no place on earth where you don't have problems. You will always face challenges. They will only be different from the ones you had in another place. And some have to do with your private situation at a certain moment in time. Some have to do with the framework conditions that you find. Some have to do with a municipality, some have to do with a state. But you can always do something about that. It's always in your own hands. So I think it's a lot about how you look at your home. And I mean, when I hear some of you speak about Delčevo and Pirot, I think that sounds good to me. That sounds like you like the place you're from, and you will probably see your future related to that place somehow. Whether you want to spend some time also somewhere else or not, it's always the people in the society that make a place worth living in. What do you think?
I fully agree with you, but also fully agree with the professor.
That's great, then it was a diplomatic...
That's why just a few moments ago I said that the youth must demand, must push forward to be into institution. Why I decided to be a politician? Because in 2014, when I finished my study, I realized that in North Macedonia, if you want to change something, you need to be inside the process. You need to be inside the institution. And
that's the same everywhere. That's the same in Germany. You really want to change something, you do that from inside.
Sure, but you can do it also with civil societies. Here, the opportunity with civil societies is not so big. So you need to be into institution to have the political decision and to decide for the right path. That's why we need more young people, creative, innovative, into our institution. That's my opinion. Maybe I'm wrong, but I think that's the right way, where we need to go. Because one decision and who make the decision is so important. Because one wrong decision and one right decision is not the same. And we don't have time to waste. I said when we met that I'm just 7 months appointed in this position, and there is a lot of work to do. I know that we are trying the best. I know that young people and every citizen of this state deserve much more, and we work every day to do the right things.
Do you have something that you would say you have achieved during your time in institutions? Something that is important for you?
Yes, we as an industry, we have a lot of portfolio, and we are working in different ways, in different paths, in different directions. We are working for people with disabilities to have digital inclusion of these people in our society, not just physical inclusion. We are working also with the youth sector, where we want to have a revision of this law and maybe to have or to adopt a new law that will be better. That's why we are now starting to do the public debate with all young people and to see what their needs are and what we need to do as a state. Also, we are working in the action plan for the National Youth Strategy. Also, there is existing the National Youth Strategy, but it is not fully implemented the first 2 years, 2023, 2024. Now we have also more 3 years, 25, 26, and 27, to achieve the goals or the impact why this national strategy exists.